Okay, what are the signs, guys? It's Bob Gardner here from the Liberated Man podcast, and I'm here to just talk to you a little bit about today about a question that I keep getting asked. I was on the phone yesterday with Todd and Aaron from the morning show with Todd and Aaron. They work with Gephardt Daily and some of the other stuff, and we were just working on trying to kind of get the message out for people. And one of the things that they asked me was like, "What are the signs? Like, how would you know?" If I'm a wife, how would I know if a husband was like into porn or not into porn? What are the signs that you would see? And this question always throws me because I sit there on the phone yammering because I'm not the one that had to pick up the signs. It was my wife. She's the one that had to be like, "Oh, dude, something's off." And to be honest, on her end, she's got some things that she looked for, but the reality is, like, you just feel it. Women seem to know. They know something's up, and it may not always be porn. So I had to sit there and I had to think about what was going on inside of myself. Excuse me, I got a crumb in my throat or something. What was going on inside of myself when I was in this place? And all I could tell them was basically, look, is the man like have a really big temper, right? Or is he going through mood swings, like just unusual, like just out of the ordinary? Now, if a man has a temper ordinarily, there's something to deal with too. But the reason I said this is like these were the things that I would do. I would withdraw. I would not be present when I got home. Like my mind would always be on other things. I would snap at the kids a lot. And I would go through these mood swings. I'd go into depression states, and then I'd come back out, and I'd be all excited and try to do stuff. And so if I'm in these like mood swings, and I'm withdrawing, and I'm angry, and I'm yammering at the kids, for no real reasons, for not really any good reasons, and my wife kept having to put her hand on my leg, which would frustrate me to no end, but it was a good thing because it helped remind me, like, dude, I'm blowing up at something that doesn't need to be blown up. So she would just put it gently on my leg. And I'm still, to this day, not sure if I appreciated that or not, but at least it helped the situation. And so, like, we would sit there, and I would be in this state. And those are the times when I would go and I would get involved in pornography, or I'd get involved in masturbation, or I'd get involved in some of these other things. Now, here's the thing. Not every man who's angry is going to go to these places. I was on the phone with another guy. He was on the call with me, and he said for him, where he went, sports. It's just another kind of compulsion. It's just another kind of solution to the fact that life stinks. I'm unhappy. I'm deeply unhappy. And because I'm deeply unhappy, I'm looking for some kind of fix, some kind of pill that I can pop, some kind of drink I can guzzle, some kind of activity I can engage in to take my mind off of things. And that may be ultra running, and that may be watching sports on TV, or that may be consuming sports information, or it could be porn like it is for so many guys, or it could be drugs, alcohol, meth. Like, it could be a number of different things, and all of it comes down to this one problem, this one point, which is that the man's unhappy. And we could sit here and we could fight porn all day long, and there's a lot of people that are doing that. They're raising awareness of it, consciousness of it, and I think that that's good work because the porn industry itself tends to, like, really destroy some lives. And there's no way at any point in the line that somebody doesn't get hurt because of their use of pornography and so on, even if it like stalls things for a bit. So that's good and that's fine, right? I'm not against that in any way, shape, or form. But what I'm after and what I'm trying to help people realize is that the reason the guy's going in the first place is that he's unhappy. And if all you do is take away the one thing that gets him some semblance of ecstasy, some semblance of pleasure, some semblance of peace, just a few moments of focus and excitement and wonder and whatever else goes on inside of their system when they're feeling alive, if you take that away, they're just going to look for something else. Because we haven't solved the real problem. And there are so many men that go through all of these wilderness retreats and these other places. They go to these survival places, immersive experiences, or they'll go through counseling for months and months and months and spend tens of thousands of dollars on this type of stuff. And they come out the other end having tried to address the porn problem, but not having addressed the real issue, which is, look, their life's unhappy. And what they need to learn is like how to find happiness again inside of their life. And that's everything that I'm trying to teach a man to do. Yes, we have to address what brought him to this in the first place. Yes, we got to kind of attack the story, but inside of it, the real thing is like the man's unhappy. So you want to know a sign if your man is engaged in porn, or if he's engaged in some other kind of compulsion that's not actually bringing him joy in his life. You want to know a sign? Is he unhappy? Does he have a temper? Is he going through mood swings? It's just being human. You look at a person, and if they're suffering, well, the longer they suffer, the more they're going to be looking for a solution. And sadly, that solution often tends to be pornography and masturbation for so many guys. And the saddest part about that is that it hurts their wives and kids when they're not meaning to. They're not trying to hurt them. They're just trying to find a way out of the pain. And they don't even see the damage that it causes. They're not trying to betray people. They're just stuck because they don't know how to find happiness and joy. So if you're wondering on the inside, where is my husband? Is he engaged in this? Is he not? Just ask yourself, a better question might be, is he happy? Like deeply, truly, content. And that doesn't mean he has loads of money, or it doesn't mean he has no money. There's no condition with this. Is a person just happy? Has he found happiness inside of himself without it needing to be dependent upon having sex with his wife, or having a certain amount of money in the bank account, or having a certain position in church, or having certain things happen with the kids, or having a certain thing happen in business? Like, it's not that. We ask the wrong question so many times. What are the signs that a man's engaged in porn? The real question is like, what are the signs that a man is unhappy? And if you can see that, when you can see those signs, it's a lot easier to start to address that issue, address that reality, instead of trying to wait until you find something that is against some religious code. Because an unhappy father, an unhappy husband, he's not helping the family either. It's just that he's not in porn doing it. And so start to ask yourself that question. And ask yourself this at the end of the day. Maybe this isn't a question that even bothers you, but I bet there is a question in your life right now, something that's on your mind. And maybe it would be worth taking a step back from that question and wondering if it's the right question to be asking. Or if underneath of it, there's a deeper thing that if you just addressed the other stuff would all take care of itself. When a man becomes happy with his life, pornography, it doesn't even have to be happy all the time. It's not like I'm happy all the time. It's not like I'm wandering around on cloud nine, skipping down the sidewalks. Sometimes, yes, but it doesn't even have to be happy all the time. If there is like a general baseline level of happiness that rises above a certain point, he doesn't start looking for extreme things like drugs and porn to make him happy. And the further the happiness rises, the less extreme the pill to cure it becomes, until finally he gets to a level where he's floating on the surface of life, and it doesn't matter what's going on underneath the surface. He's still floating there, taking in the rays of the sun, and he's fine. And every now and again there's waves, but as long as he's floating, we're good. So today, when you ask yourself, what are the signs? What are the signs of anything, for guy or girl, when they're going to compulsive behaviors? The real question is, what are the signs of them being unhappy? Once you start to see that inside of your own life, inside of other people, your whole world changes because you have the power to take action before you ever thought you could. So if you want more of this, or if you know someone who's struggling, needs help, have them reach out, have them go to a program of some kind. But seek happiness. Don't just seek to eliminate pornography. Seek happiness.